Hey, what is going on? This is Jancy, aka Year of the Collector, with a comic book review of none other than Zatanna No.1 by Jamal, Campbell, and Ariana Maher. What can be said about this book? More specifically, what can I say without sounding, I don't know, hyperbolic? This book was great. Jamal Campbell just gave us everything. All the ingredients to make an amazing comic book are here. They're blended, they're balanced, and more importantly, they have flavor. They have the sauce. You name any element you like from the medium of comic books, and I guarantee you it's present in this number 1 issue. I mean, I seen charts where it was like the number 2 best sold comic on February 19th. So that's saying something. Just like described in the solicitation, Zatanna gathered her crew to get ready for performing magic shows again. The Lady White is mentioned in passing in the beginning, but later she's described as a legend from the industry. She was in the magic business, in the movie business, in modeling, you name it. Everyone knew about her, but no one seemed to actually know her. I like the good villain mystery, which you can assume it's tied to the little quick fairy tale we were shown in the first page, I believe. So more on that coming possibly in issue 2 and possibly in issue 3 until we actually get to know who Lady White is and where she came from. Lady White made a splash as she literally jumped into the story. She dragged Zatanna and her crew into the astral plane where the conflict of the plot unraveled. Here is where Campbell excelled as a storyteller, using Lady White's career as a background to inform the astral plane. We go from classic golden era movie settings from one to the next with each turning of the pages. The visuals are incredible and there's amazing use of panel structure. You know I'm crazy for a good, creative, crazy looking panel structure, and surprise, surprise, we had that over here. That not only match the magical aspect of the story, but it gives into the action with intensity and loss of energy. Zatanna is not just bouncing around, following along, but actively fighting back and showcasing a variety of magical abilities. Like, I don't know if you noticed this, but she has a magical lasso. I don't know if this is related to any of the Amazonian lassos, but it's cool that Zatanna has her own. And along with the sleight of hand and the magic tricks, we have some witty lines and a lot of showmanship. Always the stage performer, that's Zatanna. When the plot twists, and trust me, it was quite the twist, Jamal Campbell pulled all the stops to emphasize how big that particular moment was. By giving it 3 angles, you get to absorb the moment, and it really just sunk in. Just looking at it from 3 different angles in the same page. You know, like foreshadowing this moment wasn't enough. I don't know if you do this, but sometimes when I'm reading a comic and I see something that is suspiciously similar to what is happening, I always have to go back to see if it was foreshadow, if there were clues, and lo and behold, it was right there. This is how you start a series. I'm sorry for everybody else that have their work come out last week, but Jamal Campbell's Zatanna No.1 is my pick of the week. I did my best here to avoid all of the spoilers. So if you watch this long and you haven't read this issue, please go ahead and do yourself a favor. Go to your local comic book store, get a copy of Zatanna No.1 and get your eyes all over this book. I promise it's worth the while. And if Zatanna maybe it's not your style or if Zatanna is not maybe your thing, DC has launched a multitude of different, B tier, C tier, D tier characters that usually don't get any love, like Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific, The Question, There's a lot of characters right now that are getting a little bit of spotlight and they deserve a lot of love too. So if Zatanna's not your thing, or Batman or Superman is not your thing, go check out those other characters that are getting their run as well. Who knows, maybe you'll fall in love with a character you never read before. And with that being said, my name is Jancy, aka Year the Collector. I want to thank you for watching. You have a blessed day, and remember to read more comics.